So we have Tanumay, who's made the last film. As I said, it's a student film. So it's a film made with very, very basic equipment. And Tanumay has just got an award in the Kerala Festival recently. So congratulations on that. And Polumi is the one who has edited Jadui Machi. Totally different set of films, but in a very odd way. There are, I think, a couple of ideas that bring them together. I think the last two films, the whole notion of building a community, and then the last film where you are really completely isolated. Jadui Machi and In the Forest Hangs a Bridge bring together two totally different expressions of the community. The sense of time in all the films also sort of follow a very different rhythm. The first film, even though it didn't have sound, actually worked quite well with, especially the last, in the oddest way possible, where you're actually setting up the lighthouse, and then so many, it was quite fantastic actually, and it was by chance. I just went by the synopsis. So these were the set of 4 films. I'm sure there are lots of people who might have comments, criticisms. I have my own set of questions, but I'll ask them along the way. Is there anyone?
Yeah, hi. So basically, like first the story idea happened, which happened quite late. Generally, as students and in film schools where we come from, the idea comes quite late. So one day this is my documentary project, and I had to, we were in the documentary semester and we had to give an idea for the documentary. So I didn't have any idea. I was going through Google Maps and I saw there is a small island located near Okha, and I checked the population of that place and it said 1, and I knew I have a story. So then I got to know that that guy is a lighthouse attendant, that there is a lighthouse over there. So this island is called Samyani. So from there it started, and getting over here is very difficult because there is nothing apart from the lighthouse, so nobody actually goes there. And there is a temple. Temple is only for the local people. So generally nobody goes there, so I had to take permissions from the lighthouse department to get into their territory, kind of thing.
I really enjoy the film. Thank you so much. I was curious because you said the 3 days there, and Madhuri and you have been able to kind of capture little details, almost like you know the terrain really well. So how much time did you actually go down and pick these little moments along with him, and otherwise looking at butterflies and looking at crabs and things like that? There's so many things. So did you actually kind of stumble upon these beautiful moments, or it actually happened in your head while you were kind of there? So just kind of take us through the visual aspect of the film.
While I was going over there, the first time I went there was like a recce. So I went to see the location and we shot some, the butterflies happened that time, I guess. So few butterflies and crabs, and we were mesmerized because the place is very beautiful and it is untouched. So there is nothing which is dirty. The water is clear and you can see like 10 feet inside water, that kind of a place. So few shots were taken. Then basically while going over there, I had a story idea, which was like I told my guide I want Arun, I guess. So I told him I want a silent documentary, and he was like, okay, let's see, you go and come back. So after going over there, I spoke to the man and I thought, if I don't include the moments which he's talking about, his life story, then it doesn't make sense. It is not justified. So a few things changed in my story idea, but basically it remained the same. And all those additions of the nature was there in my head. I want to include that, but what, I had no clue until I went over there. And once I went there, I was pretty clear that these are the things.